John Duke Anthony. Yes, I think one is overlooking the creativity, diversity, and ingenuity of the Iranian people and its leadership in particular. They've had the sanctions in one form or another since 1979. Come on, 39 years there. And Cuba survived with sanctions for even longer, as did North Korea. And so Iran has survived thus far. And that's one point, that they will find ways to survive and maybe thrive, although differently and not as well, perhaps. But in this, they will have friends of an economic and commercial and investment and trade and finance nature in India, in China, in Japan, in Taiwan, and South Korea. And North Korea, that's 6, and add Singapore in there as well. That's 7 countries that rely upon Iranian oil. And for us to say cut back, it's easy to say it. It's more difficult to do it. And if a country were to demand that of us, we tell them to go to hell. So I don't think those 7 countries are going to take it lightly. They will find loopholes. They will find routes. They will find ways. They will find means. They will find clever people at both ends of the spectrum to evade the intent of these sanctions, or at least make them less strong and effective than the sanctions imposers have in mind. I don't think so, more than what we've seen thus far. And certainly I don't see Iran itself expanding outside of its borders unless it is the last resort. Sort of like what people regard Israel having a Samson option, that if everybody is advantageous from what they're doing to Israel, Israel will use its nuclear weapons on the rest of the world to get them to stop it, or to go down with a degree of identity and self-respect. Iran would use that kind of weapon only in a last resort. Why would it do otherwise? If it launched a nuclear weapon at Israel or anybody, the American response, if it was to other than Israel, would be massive in obliterating large sections of Iran. And if they did it to Israel and not someplace else, the same result would occur. So Iranians are not suicidal in that regard.